Hello and thank you for watching my video review of the Legacy Megazord. Now this Megazord is it's a remold. I don't even know if I can say remold. It's not technically a remold. This is they redid this Mighty Morphin Power Rangers line. This is a redoing of the 2010 version of the Power Rangers Megazord. In 2010, after Power Rangers RPM, they had redid the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers line, and they started re-showing the episodes. They were kind of re-edited to look kind of comic bookish, and when they did that, of course, they brought in a whole new toy line, and they brought in a different Megazord. I mean, it's the same Megazord, but it's actually just a tiny bit smaller, and it functions differently than the original release of the Megazord does. Kind of to keep in the theme, because at this time we were getting smaller versions of the Megazords from the Super Sentai line through the American line. Smaller, you know, if for anybody who knows, the RPM Megazords are smaller than the Go-Onger series Megazords. So this is what we got. We got a smaller version of the original Megazord. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the figures. Okay, so thankfully, I really want to thank my buddy BJ. He loaned me this to do a video review on. This is not mine, but I'll be honest, I really wish that at some point I do get this. Even though I do have the original, this set here, it's still awesome. I mentioned that this is a redo of the 2010 Megazord. What they did differently is there's a few different paint apps, as well as each figure now has some form of die cast in it. Some obviously more than others. Some have more than others do. And what they did with the 2010 Megazord, this is what started the Zord Builder Megazords. So they changed the way it transforms so that you can attach other pieces, other Zord pieces and other vehicles to it to make more playability. It's not just these. At the time of the 2010 redo of the Power Rangers, they did not release the Dragon Zord, nor at least I don't believe they brought out Titanus. It was strictly just the original Megazord. Even though now we are getting a Legacy Dragon Zord, which isn't out yet, but it will combine with this and the 2010 Megazord as well. But we're not there to talk about the Legacy Dragon Zord. We're here to talk about this one. So let's go into each individual Zord, and I think I'll do them in the same order as I did for the original Megazord. That one doesn't want to stay up. Okay. We'll start with the Triceratops. So first off, each of these Zords are smaller than the originals. For this one, it's the tail section here is what's die cast. Now this is one solid part. The original one, the tip of it was a rotating cannon. It's a deeper blue, and again, this one does have stickers that you need to apply. The treads are now gray. The stickers, I believe, are different. This one here doesn't seem to want to stay on. What I do really like about this figure, it does have the white trim, but that white trim now goes along the eye here and down this, which I really like that. It adds a little more accent, a little more detail and to the figure, and I really do like that white stripe. It's just how simple something that's, so simple, a little stripe, makes the figure, to me, just a little bit better. But you know, it still has these detailing here, which gets lost in the paint, but you know, that's why we have the stickers for a little bit more of the definitive details. It still retains the sticker that goes on the inside here. The horns, I believe, I don't have the horns for the original one, so, but I do believe these are actually a little bit differently shaped and a little bit tighter in there. Now, this isn't my figure, so I'm not gonna pull and see how much force it takes to get this thing off, if this can even come off. So I'm not gonna do that. But all in all, I really do like the fact that it's a little bit, you know, the paint's a little deeper, and the die cast on this is nice, and it does add some weight to it. I think this may weigh more because of the die cast than the original one does. But the only downfall on this particular one is it does not have wheels. This is all just part of the plastic. So it doesn't roll. Does not roll. Only downfall for this figure. All in all, I really do like this figure though. Transformation remains the same. Simply just take the tail, which I don't know if because of my Megazord, the original Megazord being older, the joints are a little looser, but I mean the joints on this are tight. I mean that you have to use a lot of force to get this thing to snap and then to lock it in place, and that's a very tight lock. So it still has a little sticker piece here. That's about, oh, and now it's obviously this little Zord builder hole that's synonymous with all the Zord builder parts. So we'll put this one to the side, and we will bring in the saber-tooth tiger. I did make mention to this in the Megazord, original Megazord one. This sticker that's here and here, it's, as far as I know, it's not on the original one, but it still does have this sticker here. Now, one thing that I do notice that's different, and it's still cast here in gray and black, this wheel does not turn. These wheels do not turn. These are just plastic painted black and to look like wheels. This was blue on the original one, at least on the original one that I have, and now it's red. And the same thing with the crest on the head. This now is red. It still has the black paint, but I hope the camera picks this up. It actually has red eyes as opposed to just the solid black eyes. The tail, again, is the piece that's been put in die cast on this figure, and it does retain the sticker on the inside there. So, oh, and this actually is a much brighter yellow than the original, and I wish I had better lighting, but I don't. But it's still a nice figure. It's very solid. Again, probably weighs a little bit more because of the die cast tail. Let's get this transformed for the tank mode. Again, I rotate the fangs up, and the fangs are a bit shorter on this one. Take the hind legs and pull them in, and then just get the hands up here so that it lays flush, but it's not gonna roll anywhere because of no wheels. Oh, and the tail. Put that up, revealing the little Zord builder butt. Yeah, I said that. That's it for this one. We'll put this one to the side. And again, now we'll bring in the T-Rex. This one is probably the heaviest out of the 5. Simply because these legs are die cast, both of them, and they're very heavy. What else can I say about this one? The tail is now detailed. The other one was just a solid red. This actually has gray and black paint on it. The tip of the tail does not fold. It's one solid piece instead of 2 pieces now, so there's no worries about losing the tip of the tail. The hands are not on a ratchet anymore. It's one fluid motion, and that's for both. One thing is he's skinnier than the other one, and he does not have the button which puts the leg. This is now a Zord Builder port here, Zord Builder tabs on both legs. Mouth still is open, but this one does come with the sticker, the little laser, mouth laser sticker thing. So I think that's pretty cool. So mouth opens and closes. He still retains the metallic blue eyes and the silver and black on the head. On the back though, this part that was like the vents, they are now cast in or painted in gray, because this is all cast in black, cast in red. And wherever there was red stickers on the other one, it's now red paint. So that's pretty nice. I do like I'm a bigger fan of the paint than the stickers. Stickers, they fray, and at some point they'll come off. Transformation for tank mode's a little bit different, simply because, like I said, there's no button here. So you're just going to put the legs one click down. He does have more movement in the legs now, with the tail not being so wide. And this is a very strong joint. That's not going to slip or go anywhere. That joint's very tight, and that's the same thing for this one here. Oh, and he doesn't have the lightning bolt on the legs anymore. It's a different design here. And that's all we do for him for tank mode. We'll put him to the side, and we will bring in the Mastodon. This is the second heaviest figure because I can't lift that up, can I? This bit here is all metal in the arms. The sticker here looks a little different, obviously. He still has that little sticker here. This is the thing that I don't get. That's paint. This little red and yellow stripe, that's painted on. That's not a sticker. So I just think that it probably would have looked better with paint, in my opinion. But, you know, we retain the sticker. I really love the fact that this head is like a gunmetal gray now. The tusk and the trunk are now one solid gray color, it's not colored in chrome, but it is a silver paint. The trunk's a little more hollow than the other one is, and it's not articulated. The trunk doesn't move. The tusks, I believe, are actually shaped different. The sticker on this one is actually put on right, and I'm not the one that put the sticker on this one. I would have probably put it upside down too. The eyes are not a sticker. The eyes are actually painted green, which I like. And transformation for tank mode is a little bit different for this figure. First, we are still going to, and this is a tighter, everything is much tighter. The connections are much tighter on this, which I like. Not sure if it's age that's making them loose or whatever happened to my figures that's making them loose on the original one, but this one does have tighter connections. Again, the head's pretty much the exact same. Pull the little tab out, and we could put the head to the side. The body is what's different. And I'm going to explain something here that I find a little annoying. Now, to get the arms to look good in tank mode, we'll take these bits up here and rotate them all the way up. On the back, you could still see the fist through the back. Now, here's the thing. If you look here, the legs are actually hollowed out now. Whereas in the original one, it was all solid all the way around. Now the legs are hollow. And the fists are hollow. But what I don't like is the leg and the fists are hollow. They're opposite. So what I would like to have done is make, if the leg is hollow here, then the fist should be hollow there, but it's not. See how this, on this side, this is solid, and then it's hollow. I don't think it would have been that difficult to make just this whole entire thing hollow on one side and solid on the other side. Because in order to make this, once you put this in tank mode, if you leave the arms the way they are, you're going to get the hollow side of the leg. So to make sure that when you spread it, see, this is what's going to show, these hollow sections. What you need to do is pull the arms off and switch them. So now that goes there and this goes here. For the Zord Builder functionality, of course, you pull the arms off and you can replace them with any other arms, anything else that's Zord Builder. But you have to switch the arms, so when you spread it, now you've got this nice solid section out, and it's not the hollow one. That's the only complaint that I have for this the Mastodon figure. Why couldn't they just, you know, make it hollow on one side for both of them and solid on the other side? I don't get it, but you know what? I'm not the one who created this. So we'll put this one to the side, and we'll bring in the pterodactyl. So this one is complete. It has the cannons. I do know that the cannons are smaller than the original one. The chest paint, or the sticker in the chest, is different. And I'll be honest, I like this sticker better than the one on the original, but everything else retains the same. The wings are obviously smaller. It is much narrower because the chest of the Tyrannosaurus is much narrower. This is skinnier. One thing that they did do on this figure is the head now actually has pink paint on it. On the other figure, it was all red. And on this figure, the head is the only piece that's die cast. Everything else is plastic. The eyes are still red though. But now it's all very, very hollow in here. There is no secondary piece with paint on it. It's just all hollow, and it's all gray. This was all cast in gray. They only painted the front. But the front, I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick this up with the lighting. It's a metallic red color, which I like. So for the tank mode on this, we're just going to remove the cannons. And it's still going to stay the same way. It still has the tabs there and there. Let's get them all together here and formed into the tank. Again, bring in the red. Now we will attach blue, which I did off camera, sorry about that. And then the yellow one. And sometimes that'll happen because it doesn't have the clip to keep it in one piece or one direction. I forgot to bring these up. Oh, there goes the Pink Ranger. Let's go get the Pink Ranger. Okay, bring in, let's put the head, same connection. This piece here goes into the chest. This piece connects exactly the same way, but the connection on this is much, much tighter. The rotation on these arms much tighter. And now the feet have the hole, and there's a little tab. I'll show you one of these. It's very hollow on the bottom, solid on the top. And lastly, the Pink Ranger will go on in the same spot, but there isn't a spot to keep it in one solid place. The Pink Ranger's figure slides up and down very easily and can easily just come right off. It's not as tight of a connection in this form. Here, put that back. But again, who really keeps it in tank mode? You know, the Megazord is the main attraction here. So here's a view. You'll notice it's a little, you know, this was the much more space was taken up in the original. It's a little less space taken up. But you know what? It doesn't roll because there's no wheels. It's just the weight of the figure and the momentum will keep it going for a little bit. I think personally these cannons are a little bit small for the figure, for the tank mode. The original ones I think were much bigger, much more proportional. These cannons just seem too small, in my opinion. It's just what it looks like in the back, but you know, the back of the figures are usually never all that great on a Megazord anyways. And yeah, that's the tank mode of the Legacy Megazord. I still think it's cool looking though. But let's get it into the main attraction, the Megazord. We will remove the pterodactyl, put to the side, take these cannon bits off, and now there's a connector on, there's a tab on the bottom of this as well that will go here. Take that one off, put that there. Take the tail, there. Take the tail, it's got a little tab here. It will tab right onto the back, nice and tight. Remove the mastodon head, and then we just have to clip it. Just click it forward, bring it down, and do the same thing. Head up, head and hands come up, stand the figure up, bring the camera a little up higher. Okay, now for again the annoying part, because if we rotate these fists out, they're going to be hollow. So the arms have to come off, and then snap on like that. But other than that, the transformation is the same. Click that to the side a little bit, giving it clearance. I think I'm flipping this around. Oh, the hands are already out. Duh, that's why it's not working. But let's do this then. Click it out, rotate it around, there. The next thing that I have a little bits of a gripe with on this figure is there's no easy latch like on the other one to grab onto, so you just kind of have to pull on it. It does slip a little bit for me, but eventually you can get in there and opened up. The second thing is, if you were to take the original head, you could just easily pull it down. This one, which, oh, I think this piece might be die cast as well. I'm not 100% sure. If anybody knows, this metal piece, I think is die cast as well. If you push down on this, it doesn't go all the way. It doesn't go down. You have to kind of push, straighten the head up a bit, and then keep pushing down until a little bit of clearance comes in. And then you kind of, I don't know if you can see this, there's a little tab in there. You have to kind of push it past that tab with a little bit of force. But once you get it down past this tab, it'll close up. You'll notice that on the other one, part of the T-Rex head stuck out. It doesn't do it on this figure. Let's see, next, the pterodactyl. Take the head, again, fold it in. Transformation for this is exactly the same. Fold the wings in. Now, this one doesn't have the tab on the bottom. It does not have the hole there. It just has these two tabs here and the connection here and here. It's not with the red tabs, but let's see if you can, the camera will pick that up. It's got the tab there and there. Puts this in, But I will say this is a much tighter fit. On the other one, it was very loose. This is a much tighter fit. And we'll bring the crest or the horns out. The only difference on this head, excuse me, is it's got this white trim. And again, I really like that white trim. I think it does so much more better for the figure, as opposed to just this all being solid black. The eyes, of course, are still yellow crest on the top. No big difference other than this white trim. And I really love that white trim. It does add so much more to this figure to me. And here we have the legendary, or I keep calling it the legendary, the Legacy Megazord. Same accessories, just a little bit smaller. It's the same sword. It's still in chrome. It still has the exact same detail in the hilt or the bottom of it, but just a little smaller version. And this will fit. This is a much tighter fit. You really have to kind of force that in there, but it still holds the sword rather well. And of course, you get the shield. And there we have it. The legend, God, I was going to do it again. The Legacy. It's Legacy, not Legendary. To me, it's just Legendary because it's still an awesome figure. The die cast adds so much to this figure. It makes it, to me, so much better. It's a little bit smaller than the original. He's definitely much skinnier, but it's still a great figure. Honestly, I wish this figure was mine, and at some point, I really do hope to own this figure. I would probably display this next to the original Megazord. I don't really like the Zord builder part of it, but I can get past that just because it's an awesome figure. I would pick this over the original 2010 release. But, yeah, because that die cast just... this figure's heavy because of all the metal. He is very heavy. He is awesome, though. I do love that they do change up the paint, or the stickers, the paint, new paint scheme here and there adds so much. The colors are a little bit more vibrant on the Triceratops and the saber-toothed tiger. That's a deeper blue. It's a brighter yellow. Excuse me. And this paint here, if you look up close, it looks almost like a metallic red. The only thing that I don't like is the price on it now, because I know in the stores, if you could find them, it was like $75, maybe. I haven't found him really for under $100 now. I mean, this figure here is probably about $250 on Amazon, new in the box. You're probably going to be better off with eBay. You probably get a better price. I would personally get it new, though. I don't think I'd get a used figure on this. I would personally go used, or I would personally go new, brand spanking new, if you can. So, yeah, if you already have it, you're lucky. If you don't have it and you can find him for a good price, pick him up. And I think he's going to go great with the Legacy Dragonzord. I can't wait for that to come out and get to see what that's like. I hope it does exactly what it did on the show with the shoulder, combining with the shoulders as well as with all the other figures. But won't know until it comes out. Other than that, my summary on him, he's awesome. He's worth it. Pick it up if you can. Thanks for watching. And I will see you in the next video. I'm actually going to compare this one with the other one. So thanks for watching, and see you in that video. Take care. Bye.